in Bowery.
Yeah, I've driven past it a couple times. That place is bomb.
I have a friend who works for them, and like, I didn't know how serious they take their coffee.
Yeah, and they love telling you they're from Chicago too.
Yeah, they do. Which it seems like a Chicago thing in general.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Chicago pride.
Like deep dish pizza,
Deep dish, a hot dog.
deep dish hot dog,
Hot dogs,
No, no,
dude.
deep dish
Chicago
hot
hot dogs. But
Chicago deep dish hot dog.
I didn't love deep dish.
No, I don't like deep dish.
You're wrong about that.
No, it's gross. It's like a
What?
pie.
It's just a cheese pie.
It's
so
too much
good.
bread.
Oh, you gotta get the right one.
Yeah, I think so. I went to
You mean at
Emmett's
Uno?
over here.
You gotta get the right one. What's that? Emmett's?
Yeah,
Emmett's is bomb. They don't do deep dish though.
they do. There's the Emmett's over here that does like a pub style pie, and
Yeah.
then there's the Emmett's in the West Village area, like south of Houston, that
Yeah.
does a deep dish.
And they do a Chicago dog too.
That's what I've heard is the move.
Yeah. We do one here at the pub.
I know we've talked about this. The
Chicago
dog
guy.
at the
We're always talking
pub
about Chicago dog.
with chopped pickles and
Ooh.
chopped
Yeah.
tomatoes.
Yeah, we change it up every once in a while. It's hard to keep it dish.
Yeah,
But a cheese pie is delicious. Tavern style, it's like the cracker. You know, they cut it into a million different little cracker pieces.
that's what I like.
Is that what tavern
too.
style
That's
is?
so good.
Ever since like when I was a kid, we'd get like the Domino's thin crust.
Mm.
Oh, yeah, dude.
So good.
Domino's.
Might as well be on like matzah.
Have you had
That's
Domino's
best.
recently?
No,
It's gone downhill, unfortunately.
It'll make you very sick.
Yeah.
Really?
But it
It
tastes
ain't what it used to be.
okay.
Speaking of Domino's, the piss
Yeah.
story you were telling?
The piss store?
Yeah, the piss,
Piss
story,
story.
right?
I was like, what piss store?
I was
What?
Yeah.
I was
Past
on,
podcast
I was
piss
on
story.
the dance floor this weekend
And somebody pissed.
with a friend. He gay, and I was like, you know, gay guys just have like better stories than hetero people. Like,
Yeah.
my greatest story is like so fucking lame. Like the craziest thing that ever happened to me. It's like that's just like a Tuesday for you, you know.
That's a
I
regular
imagine Every
Tuesday
Tuesday it gets
morning.
pissy. But I told my friend that story, and he was like, "I know that guy." He's like, "That guy's very famous." He's like, "That guy's famous for like stealing people's piss." He's like, he pops up. He's like, very friendly. The guy who stole your piss.
Yeah.
He's like famous guy.
I wonder, but there has to be more than one. I mean, maybe he was the titular.
Did he have
No,
the
he's
friendly
he's
face?
the guy.
He is the guy.
Because he, I don't want to.
I forget what this
rape
guy's
you.
face. Well, you know.
I mean, he stole.
He stole.
He stole
He
from
robbed
me.
me.
He
Probably,
robbed
but-
me. Yeah.
He robbed you.
I don't.
he robbed.
I don't
consent.
remember what he looked like. I think
Should
just
I
like a
turn down our
regular,
levels?
just a regular guy.
I heard it was a friendly face.
Yeah, I think he has a
What's that,
friendly
headphones?
face.
I just feel like we're clipping a little bit.
Yeah, you can bring him down. It's the
So
first three.
your friend has had his
Yeah.
piss stolen as well.
Yeah, and he had the same kind of thing to say. He's like, I wasn't going to say no. He wasn't going to be a bitch about it.
I mean, yeah. What do you?
And he's like, the guy's just like really friendly, like has a friendly face. He like, take the piss, and
Yeah.
drink it.
Yeah. Huh?
So
I mean, oftentimes they are, friendly about it. You should be, if you're gonna steal from somebody or take something without really asking. At least be a friendly
Some
guy.
people say
about
that's
it.
rape, but I guess if you do rape in a friendly way,
It depends on who you ask, I suppose.
Still is. Well, it's not. I mean,
I can see the court case now. It's like, well,
are
He
you
was
taking
friendly.
someone's virginity?
he was friendly.
Is it
he had
yours
sweet
now?
eyes.
Are you making off with it?
And what are you gonna do with it?
And what are you gonna? That's really the
The
question.
piss?
I think he just slurped
Drink it.
slurped
Oh.
it right down,
Dude.
right then and there.
Yeah.
Well,
He never
so the
got
piss
COVID.
thing is like it's free drugs,
That's also that's a part of it. Yeah.
True.
and honestly,
Do you think you get high from
If you drank it,
oh,
out of
that's
piss,
the whole reason for it is that like most of the party drugs like ketamine, GHB, and Molly.
That's why he does it.
Mat-
Well, that's not the
metabolizing your
whole
piss.
reason. You also like.
No, that's
piss.
just the
Oh,
added.
yeah, yeah,
that's
no.
the benefit.
Yeah.
That's
no,
like the bonus.
I actually think he's just he's very cheap.
Why can't both be true? You could both be cheap and you like piss. It's a win-win.
Oh, so his kink is actually getting a deal. You think he is?
I mean, entry fee is it's
He likes
expensive
both.
these days.
That's true.
You're partying on a budget.
is Berghain expensive?
Not really.
Is it free?
I kind of forget. This party was like probably like $100 party though. and then you got to spend money on drugs. You know,
Yeah.
you're probably spending $200-$300.
That's expensive.
Oh, that's Tuesday night for me, mate.
See, that's like, I'm like, how are people doing this? Do you guys get like PPP loans
Dude,
to party?
it's very expensive
do.
if you don't make spaghetti at your house every night.
Which I do.
I do too. I eat so much spaghetti.
Spaghetti
yeah,
and
my
beans.
diet is like 90%
Joke's on them.
spaghetti.
I fucking love spaghetti.
You'll get scurvy. Grimes got scurvy from only eating spaghetti for too long.
Yeah, because she was
What?
just eating plain spaghetti. Yeah,
was-
that's why you got to have spaghetti with tomato sauce.
Tomato sauce is enough to stop you from getting scurvy.
Yeah.
I don't
vitamin
think-
C, and the scurvy is a matter of vitamin
There's a
C.
negligible amount of vitamin C in
That's
tomato
true.
sauce.
No, it's
dude,
concentrated.
It's a fruit, mate.
Pretty sure it's a vegetable. And second of
No.
all, it's like
We're actually
you
gonna
are
have to-
right. It is a vegetable.
We're gonna have to.
I'm tired of this shit. It is a vegetable.
See, I'm still holding out. I think tomatoes are fruit.
it's. I think it's it just has more vegetable vibes, and it's. I mean, that's like saying orange soda. If you drink enough orange soda, you'll get plenty of vitamin C. It's-
Orange soda doesn't have oranges in it.
yes, it certainly does, but not enough.
No, it doesn't. Orange
It's-
soda just has orange flavor.
It's squeezed oranges plus sugar plus seltzer water.
I think that's the idea, but actual orange soda is orange flavor plus
Oh, dude,
carbonation.
those are
I
banned
know
now.
all
So
about orange soda.
Well, yeah, they just have to be shit color.
those are banned. Yeah.
What's
Everything,
banned?
all
Artificial
desserts
dyes.
are fine, and snack foods are okay. They just need to be gray,
Yeah.
which is very Kardashian.
Making things gray.
Like minimalizing snack foods.
You-
Like you go into like the beautiful lush snack aisle at the grocery store where you used to have like
Air One. Air Dawn?
ravishing reds and aquatic blue colors and wild tropical yellows, and you walk down now and it's like you're walking through Kim Kardashian's living room.
Well, yeah, they have
True.
that whole minimalism thing. It's just like gray and
True.
it's just gray.
That's like the highways back in the 70s used to be like that. Very colorful.
Yeah.
Everyone had different colored cars. And now
Not
it's just
anymore.
black, white, gray, silver, white.
It makes me so sad to think about like Miami growing up versus Miami now. You know, you watch. I think we were
Oh, you
talking
missed an
last
era
last
there for
episode
sure.
about like the bird-cage, where like the city has never looked prettier. It's you know, all the
Hold on.
little
Hold
wall.
on. Stand by. Okay, now tell the story.
It's perfect. Yeah, like the walls of the highway were like this perfect pastel pink, and like even the little lounges where you'd wait for the bus were covered in these like blues and greens, and everything was like Art Deco. It's kind of the best era. And now you go back and it's just like Las Vegas.
Looks like shit.
The thing about Las Vegas is that it's just like it's nothing. It's everything, which turns into nothing. It looks like just like any mall.
It's fake AF. That's how I
Old
feel
Vegas
about
is great.
Vegas.
Old Vegas is
Old
great.
Vegas is cool,
Yeah.
but isn't
But
it
now
shrinking?
it's like an amusement park.
What's that?
Isn't it shrinking? Isn't it like disappearing? Old Vegas.
There's a bit of a little revival happening.
That's
in
cool.
Vegas.
I've actually just like kind of recently discovered Old Vegas. I always stayed on the Strip, and I was like, Vegas is the best. The Strip, like never leave your hotel, never leave, never leave. And then the last time I went, we stayed off the Strip. Old Vegas, it's fucking great. Great shitty restaurants,
Yeah.
nice restaurants.
Buffets.
Everything's like, it's just like got that like show business, like
Razzle dazzle.
the like drippy, disgusting show business. That's just like it's everywhere.
Yeah, that's Miami was like that too. It was
grimy.
like pizzazz, you know. It was like it wasn't necessarily
red velvet.
a savory city at all, but it had flavor, and
Yeah.
that's what we're it's going to be really interesting.
That's
to
why
see, like,
LA is great because LA still has that, but like that's dying. But those
Does
old
LA?
restaurants, those
Oh,
old
yeah.
like
Kind of.
Mexican restaurants that are like like dripping with Hollywood, like
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
LA's a
it's
big
dying.
place.
But yeah, but those like great places that are all show busy.
You know, I went out on Tuesday night to Flushing.
Pee party, pee pee.
Yeah, it's Flushing. That's how it got its name.
Oh, the Flushing party.
But we went to
Hold on. Go ahead.
so we had duck at
You
a
had duck.
Chinese restaurant in the Flushing Mall, which is very interesting
Wow.
because it is one of those examples of a mall that could be anywhere. You know,
Right.
like the moment that you walk in, you're in Singapore, you're in Kansas, you're in Toronto, you're,
That's what's
in an
beautiful about a
airport,
mall.
right? But this mall was like almost entirely like restaurants and claw machine
Oh, dude, those are
stores.
popping
That
up
sounds sick.
everywhere, dude.
packed, dude.
Nobody works there.
10:30
It's such a
at
great
night.
business, and they're actually at the winnability is pretty high.
So that's what
You can
keeps
go in,
coming
you can
back.
actually fucking win. Yeah,
But win what? Like you spend like $10 and you win
Chinese
like a
bullshit, like back scratchers.
yeah,
And
cool.
fucking little like it's for kids and men, grown
It's
men
for
on
kids
acid.
and men.
Well, this
Yeah.
one was like
It's for
Just
kids.
not-
actually- it's a
It's for
meeting
kids
place.
and grown men.
Just not women.
Yeah,
It's not for women.
grown men on meth.
but at like 10:30 at night, this place was the popping
Yeah.
spot in the mall.
It's weird. There's one right here across the street. They're fucking everywhere.
What, a
the
Chinese
new-
place? Or a mall?
No, the claw machine places.
A
You haven't
claw
seen
machine.
these?
No.
They look like arcades, but it's just claw
Yeah,
machines.
it's
just-
not. There are no games
There's
except
no
for the
games.
claw machine.
But and it's just rows of claw machines. They're fucking everywhere. It's kind of like the new psychic,
Okay.
like psychic places used to be everywhere. I don't
Right.
know how that happened.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
or
I actually
what
was learning
group of
about that the
people-
other day.
I want you to tell us about that because
Yeah.
I've always wondered, like, why does every block have a psychic fucking little booth?
They're actually
that still
owned.
is kind
And
of a
what
thing.
group of people came over and was like, we got the business. This place.
Gypsies.
It's
Yeah. What are gypsies?
Gypsies are people from.
No, I think gypsies are. That's like a pejorative for like there's Jew gypsies, there's Armenian gypsies, there's like
not really. I mean, it is.
it
It
could-
is like a modifier like that. But
Doesn't
like
every culture have gypsies?
there is generally like
Couldn't it be considered a
one-
slur too? It's kind of like calling someone a bum. But
yeah,
it's just like a
but
special
that,
kind of bum.
that too. But see, like the thing is that like they're
Peaky Blinders
they're the
stuff.
Roma, which aren't Romanian. They're just sort
That's
of
what
a
I was gonna say.
diasporic population that existed throughout Europe for years and years and years. Also known as the Irish versions are known as travelers, which are its
Yeah,
own
Peaky
separate
Blinders.
thing. It's not quite the same as like the psychic ones. They have different powers, but.
Right.
The Irish people are just criminals.
That's their power.
It's their
they're
power.
good at crime.
Yep.
That's the secret
And
ingredient.
punching.
Yeah.
They're good at getting really drunk.
Yeah.
But these psychic booths that you see almost on like every block in New York City are actually all owned by the same set
Amazon.
of families or like one family, and it's not like one psychic
Where are they
works
from?
in one spot. They like jockey for position.
Oh.
And all the money gets kicked back up to. So here's the challenge, right? Is that like gypsy is a slur, but the money does get kicked up to the self-proclaimed Gypsy King.
Well, that's a good thing for everybody, right? That sounds good to
That
me.
they have a king.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That the Gypsy King is reaping the rewards.
Gypsy king.
Reclaiming the term.
Yeah,
That's
he's
the- that's
reclaiming
what's
the
cool.
term.
And
yeah.
Okay, there's a gypsy king. You're saying, and it's not the band.
Is that a band? Gypsy Kings?
Sounds like it could be.
What? Yeah, dude.
Is it like
It's fucking the best.
no,
no, it's like
That's Dropkick Murphys, baby.
No, it's more like
Shut
this.
up to
That's Game of Thrones.
That's by the Gypsy Kings. They did the Game of Thrones intro.
Oh, no, Gypsy Kings is like.
Is that considered like?
See, I think of that as Greek.
It does sound Greek.
It's very Greek.
Do you
to
guys
me.
remember Gogol Bordello?
Yeah.
Gal
They were
Gadot?
Gal,
Or Gol Gadot?
She was
Galgo Bardello.
she was a harp player in Gogol Bordello. They were gypsy punks.
I remember them.
People in high school were.
Yeah,
into
they were a
them.
big high school pork pie hat guy.
kind of
twirly
vibe.
mustache.
Yep. That kind of vibe.
Oh,
yeah, they were
did
cool.
Bambaleo.
Okay.
Never heard this song?
Probably I did.
It's like your mom's favorite song. That's
This sounds kinda
that's what the Gypsy
Miami-esque as
Kings
well.
are.
It's doing something to me. I wonder if this is what I was conceived to.
This is your mom's favorite song. This is
Yeah,
how
this
she
is
made
nice.
you. This is how she made you. The night that
Actually, it's
know.
Brazilian bossa nova. I know this because my dad told me once.
he was
On,
like a couple Chardonnays. I put that on.
420
She can't resist.
On 420,
on 420 1991.
they were smoking blunts.
This is just Emerson's story time.
just gotten
Like, look at
home.
this episode.
They had just gotten home from my grandpa's birthday. Oh, I've heard this.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. As you get up on the tables, you guys. We were supposed to do video this time, but Greg is on the table, belly dancing. He's got a beautiful belly.
It's a nice
It's
belly.
one of the last Audis in the game. Not a whole lot of
They
Audis
usually
out there.
disappear in adulthood, but not you.
Mine goes the other way.
It's like a pregnant
More
woman's
Audi.
nipple.
That was a thing growing up. Do you have an innie or an Audi? And who the hell is an Audi?
I got
Nobody has an Audi anymore,
Big ol' Audi.
You got an Audi?
except for Greg.
You got a big old Audi. I can go like this.
I was going to say
You
that's
should-
disgusting, but I'm not going to call your body disgusting. Your body is beautiful, and so is yours.
I got some weird parts for sure.
Well, that's okay. It's the imperfections that.
My penis. Yeah, you know, like
My penis.
is tied into like a knot, like a New York pretzel.
Like a clown balloon animal kind of a thing.
I stopped peeing. You stop the drip because you just tied in like a quick little
Yeah,
knot.
it fills
at the end.
up into
Yeah.
in your foreskin. It just like balloons up, and then later on you can empty it out.
Yeah,
You got to untie it if
Yeah,
you want
I
to.
do- I do have to untie it. Yeah.
Which really, I mean,
But isn't that your choice that you're tying your penis up?
well, it's
Well, if
not
I
your
don't,
choice
it
if you got
consistently drips,
circumcised.
dude. It consistently
Oh
drips.
yeah. Wait, I have that problem too. I should probably just tie it up.
Tie it up, dude. I'll
Yeah,
show you the
dude.
knot I do. It
Okay.
looks like a pretzel.
Okay. Yeah.
It's an overhand knot.
Yeah, it's a Boy Scout thing.
Right.
I learned it in the Scouts. Eagle Scout leader was like, "Let me show you a thing or two."
Yeah.
Here, let's
Eagle
see.
Scout.
Let's
He had
see
nice
that
eyes. He was
penis
really
you got
nice
there.
about it.
Yeah.
He didn't have consent, but he was nice.
As long as they're nice.
He was nice about it.
As long as they are happy.
Made you
Yeah, and then he
feel-
took me to the claw machine place.
Oh.
Well, that's
That's
he was
really
like-
sweet.
He's like, "Here's a place that's specifically built for little boys."
and then
It's
I
a
was like,
place where
nice.
no grown women
Yeah.
can go.
We're safe here.
there's actually a claw at the
Now go
entrance.
get yourself a back scratcher.
Scans everybody, and if it's if they detect
You got to be a little boy, a little girl, or a man.
XX chromosomes, they just the claw shoots out of the ceiling and tears your skin off. Because without your skin, you're basically a boy again.
That's true.
So there's a movie in there somewhere. Script writes itself.
It's called Silent Hill.
Oh,
That movie's sick.
that was terrifying.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Silent Hill is fire.
The game too. The game's almost unplayable. If
Yeah.
you're at the right age,
Yeah.
it's
It's so scary.
so fucking scary.
I felt that way about Resident Evil too. But Silent
Yeah.
Hill is scarier.
Oh, you're like
It's-
straight up in hell.
Yeah.
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 There's that guy with like the triangle head.
The triangle head is freaky as fuck.
So cool.
Well, that's what
so
remember
demented.
the Silent Hill movie where he like grabs
Yeah.
the lady by like her like back skin and just like degloves her whole body.
Yeah.
Just,
That's gotta hurt.
so that's the thing about cool movies is like the just certain images you just never forget. You'd be like,
yeah.
93 years old on your deathbed, like, you guys remember Silent Hill?
Terminator cutting off his skin in front of those in front of that couple.
Yeah,
in the elevator, and
huge.
peeling it off.
Or racking a shotgun with one hand.
I watched this is a classic one. I watched The Shining when I was a little too young, and the old lady in the bathtub that disturbed
I do not
the
recall.
hell out of me.
I do not recall.
I think that's what made me gay because it's kind of the thing. I'm sure somebody's wrote a paper about this, but like, what is it with like showing old women's bodies as like horrific? And this totally does that. Where it's
Wow.
like,
Yeah.
it's a sexy lady in the bathtub, and then all of a sudden she like decays into this like disgusting old woman. It scared the crap out
Yeah.
of me.
Only real
Wow.
pussaholics
We'll be like,
see that scene
I'd
and
still
like,
hell
yeah, I want to go through that.
Hell yeah.
She's still got it.
Yeah.
It makes me think that, like, what if the real fear there is, like, growing old with someone? You know, like, it's that, like, you, like, marry, like, a beautiful young woman, and then later on she's, like, stepping towards you, like, naked, dripping, gooey bathtub.
Yeah, dude.
But
That's gonna happen.
if you're a real man, you know, you love your woman till the end.
No, if
Right,
you're
of
a real
course.
man, you have a woman on the side that's much younger.
well, that it helps. She helps you with.
That's what our fathers did, and their fathers before that. Continue the right.
Yeah.
Secretary. Get the secretary at the Christmas party.
Yeah, but then she gets older too. It's a never-ending.
Well, then you get another secretary
then you
for
get
that
another
secretary. They take care of each other.
Yeah,
like,
money becomes so important as you age as a man that you just need so much of it to continue
Keep
to
hiring
bang younger
secretaries.
chicks.
Yeah.
It's funny. This is actually in the news. There's a new push to, like, get women pregnant again because I guess our birth rates are falling,
Trump's going to send you a $50 check in the mail if you have 10 kids.
which is, well, on one hand, you know, people are definitely just going to do it. People are going to be like $50.
Wait, is that real?
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Nah, not
it's,
50.
It's like
gotta be
5,000.
5,000.
It's still negligible. It's still not enough
Al. You're good, man.
to raise a family on.
$50.
It's
gotta
like
be more.
five.
No,
It's like
it's
5,000.
5,000.
It's like
$5 grand per
it's
kid?
$5,000 is still no. It's like $5,000 total.
Yeah, if you decide to be like a breeder,
How many kids you need to?
just one. But
Oh.
I mean,
No, but there's special rewards for, like, it's like if you have like 6 kids, they have like another tier reward for that.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
look at Japan. Japan's like, I think they have the worst birth rate, right, out of everybody.
Yeah,
it's pretty bad.
it's pretty bad.
They
Not
'cause
having no kids.
They not having no kids because like they made sex such like a strange like thing. There.
Well,
They're
women
so,
are
like,
withholding
underground.
pussy as on principle, which women in America are starting to do as well, and I support them in their fight.
Well, hold on now, okay? Because you're not necessarily in the position to be making that claim.
I can.
We
as
need
a,
that pussy.
As a supporter of women, I support them and their.
We support
journey.
them. We're gonna have 2, 3 girlfriends, 4 girlfriends on the side.
There's a lot of support.
That's so much
systems.
support. We're
It's
gonna
like
support
the
other
Synecdoche,
families.
New York of Gumars.
Yeah. Where do you take your Gumar dinner?
You can't do it anymore. There's too many cameras
There's
around.
too many cameras. Yeah,
You're
Which
always
is
being
actually
watched.
it's how you save money.
You need
just
to do
don't,
like a
you
red
just don't
sauce
take her
Italian
out.
place that's
You
cash
take her.
only.
You
You're
make
already-
her spaghetti at your plain spaghetti
It's,
at your
listen,
second apartment.
listen,
You need a pied a terre.
Yeah.
you're already paying her minimum wage at the office.
Which minimum wage is these days is crazy.
It's great.
What is it? $20?
No, it's 15. It should be 20, but it's 15.
15.
Yeah, you tell them.
You can't
It's
get anybody
more,
to do
but-
fucking anything for $15.
No, it's still 15
No,
bucks.
the national minimum wage is still $7.25.
Yeah, in New York it's 15, which is great.
And $7.25. So that's $7.25.
There's a
Like,
national minimum wage, right?
Yeah.
And
Which is
New
like
York is like,
$7.
sorry, we're not doing that.
We're not doing
we have
that.
our own rules.
yeah,
Does any other state do that?
I'm pretty
I
sure
think-
other
yeah.
it varies.
but
New
like
York is pretty expensive.
certain states have that that $7.25 minimum, but that $7.25 minimum can get reduced if they're a tipped worker. So like you could be a waitress, and if your boss says you're making enough money in tips, they can pay you like $2 an
Yeah,
hour.
pretty much all bartenders, waitresses, they make like $4 an hour, and then you make all your money in tips. That's why people need to tip.
Right.
Yeah,
Because you are essentially
you're paying their
you're
wage
not
personally.
just paying for drinks, you're paying the bar owner for keeping your favorite establishment open.
I tip on iced coffee. I got this is a $7 drink right here.
Only in New York, $7 iced coffee.
Isn't that fucking insane?
It's crazy.
I
but it's
this
good.
3 donuts are $10.
That's a good deal.
Is it?
No,
No.
I don't know, dude. Croissants are like $7.
Why
It's
is a
crazy.
croissant $7? Well,
Just
because they
piece
have
of
to.
bread.
There's
Like,
tariffs from France.
If you go to a fancy lad place, they're like $7.
because of the tariffs.
This truck noise is crazy.
I'm gonna close that window.
Can you listeners hear that at home?
That's
This is the beautiful sounds of New York City.
Greg's actually on the side.
are beating trees into a wood chipper.
I was gonna say Greg's on the Sibian.
Shut the fuck up!
Oh yeah, we're all sitting on Sibians right now, and we revved them up to max speed.
max power.
Always wanted to try that thing.
They're pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
See, it's the average cool night. That's like a Monday.
I know. They guess their stories are so much better than ours. It's crazy. It's
Monday,
like you might as well just
Sibian
stop
night.
talking at dinner
Tuesday
parties.
is piss night. Wednesday, spaghetti night. And then Thursday through Sunday is
Free for all.
If you
Free for all.
followed Rick around just one weekend, you would be shocked. You'd be shocked.
Yeah.
I just think you'd have to throw in the towel like day 2.5. You'd be like, listen, buddy, just go on without me.
It gets a little exhausting.
It's like,
you know.
Emerson, we're just getting going, okay? We're in the third quarter. You take a shot of this piss, and you get back in there, and we're going to keep this thing fucking going.
That's what you need. It's actually the piss that keeps you.
All right, dude. All right.
Fine.
Piss has good substances in it, trust me.
No, I have seen like one of my favorite versions of Rick is like Rick on like July 1st.
Uh-huh.
Like
just starting his 3-day bender?
Pride Month has just ended.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, that's a rough.
Rick's
That's a
been
rough
going, like,
time.
He's still got
Turbo
glitter
for
all up in his eyeballs.
30 days straight.
It's yeah.
Hey, you don't have to say anything, dear. You don't have to say anything. Yeah.
No, it's just like, you know, you're regularly like a pretty happy dude, but in those moments, I'm just like, hey, what's up, Rick? And you're like, hey, man.
You're just never gonna. It's both a emotionally and financially devastating month.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know you always bounce back.
Listen, at the end of it, you just want to curl up with the blanket and just make some spaghetti at home.
You just want to make some spaghetti,
Like no more going out.
crank up your Sibian, and just turn
Put
on.
it on low. Put
Put on low and just turn on some Netflix.
Yeah. Put on a weighted blanket.
Yep.
Get the Sibian. Simeon or Sibian?
Sibian.
Sibian.
See, I always thought it was like Sibian, like sci-fi, Star Wars type of reference.
I'm pretty sure it's Sibian.
Sibian?
If Sibian is listening, if they want to sponsor us, if you want to send us a few,
Is there a dildo attachment, or is it just like a moving?
I'm sure
I
there's
think-
things you
I
attach
think
on
you
top,
can
right?
custom-
I don't think
Customize
it
it.
is. I think it's a proper saddle, like a
Like you're
horse
riding a
I thought it was
horse.
a saddle with a dick.
No, the one that Stern used to have
Yeah.
didn't have a dildo. It was just like a saddle.
It's
and
a
then
vibrating
he would
saddle.
turn it up, you know.
You could probably customize it though. If you wanted it to add a dildo to yours, you could probably do
Yeah,
that.
for sure, right?
Or you could just tape
it.
You could just tape one on.
Just tape one
It
on.
is interesting now. Every power tool I look at, I'm like, dildo. Like all the DeWalt stuff, and like it's like,
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, yeah, you put a dildo on that.
You could just tape a dildo on. Yeah.
Power saw.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the like the hammer drills. You know, it's spinning and going in and
Yeah,
out.
circular saw, so you just like
Sorry.
slaps you.
That's what some people like. They just want to be slapped.
Beaten.
Just a wheel of fortune. Of dicks.
Just like over and over and over again.
Anyways, that's Tuesday for.
That
Rick
sounds
over
like
here.
a regular Tuesday.
That's Tuesday
yeah.
morning, yeah.
Tuesday morning, you go to the power tool
Yeah,
store.
Just bringing out the 3D printed chains. Oh,
Nice.
B for Bitcoin.
the BZB of Bitcoin sales. Or holding, because we don't sell.
Apparently not.
We're not selling right
No,
now.
no.
You heard that here first, folks.
Wife's
don't
not happy
sell.
about it.
Wife's not happy about it. Things seem to like be going up. But so here's the thing, right? Is like everybody's all about reversing the decline of birth rates, but like it's only exclusively the wealthiest people on earth who are like, yeah, have like 10 kids, 20 kids. You can do it. Like, so what if it's the best years of your life and all of the remaining energy that you have devoted to producing what amounts to
It's
blood
the richest
batteries
people, and it's
for
also
us.
the poorest people. But it's like the people in the middle.
Well, that's
Who
what
are
I
like-
would say.
like,
It's
I
the
don't
poor
know.
people who are having like 10 kids.
Yeah, but they're
Yeah.
not advocating for it. I'm talking about like the people who are like holding the banners up
It's
that
the-
are just
it's
like,
They
the
we
are
middle
need to
class.
have
advocating.
more
No,
kids.
they're literally advocating for poor, dumb people to crank out 10 kids so they can be nice little assembly line workers.
Yeah, Peter Thiel's blood batteries.
They don't want a million more wealthy children. They can have their couple kids and send them to boarding school and whatnot.
Right.
And that's great for them.
You know that Mel Gibson has like 13 children now?
I did not know that.
Yeah, which really is going to
With
make
one woman?
getting into fights in the future a lot more dangerous.
No, definitely not one woman. He has like
He was
Yeah, he
true
got
to
his
one woman that he had 13
his
kids with.
shaman in Mexico. He probably had one with her.
Yeah, I think he has like at least three wives,
Good for him.
former wives.
I always confuse the bad thing he did with who's the guy from Baywatch? Hoffman?
David Hasselhoff.
Hasselhoff, yeah. The two of them.
You
both
confuse the
did.
two of them?
Mel Gibson and
With-
David Hasselhoff.
With their incident. One got pulled over, Mel.
And one was racist to a hamburger.
Yeah, but also his daughter.
He was on the floor.
Yeah.
David Hasselhoff. What did he
He
do?
was like, my fucking
daughter, the goddamn slut.
Well, was she?
Yeah. Why not? I mean, I'm assuming. You know, he knows.
And
Father knows.
Well,
Yeah.
Mel Gibson has had a few incidents too. It's not just the one.
It's not?
No,
I heard a clip of Mel Gibson
What?
the other day, like screaming at one of his wives. and
that's one of
it's-
the incidents. It's like,
Recently.
It's quite shocking.
It's
pretty
awesome.
bad.
It's like, yeah, it's
awesome.
it's kind of awesome because she's just like, honey, what is wrong? And he's just like, I want to kill you. I'm gonna kill myself.
It goes
You
on.
don't talk to me.
And it goes on for like 10,
Yeah.
20 minutes. Like it's a long conversation that they're having.
God, these
And
guys
he's
just
fired
can't-
up the
they
whole
can't
time.
help but get recorded. It's
No,
like,
they can't. They
who's
can't help
recording
it.
that?
And she sounds like so bored on the other side of the phone call
Who
too.
the fuck is recording that? He's
She
like,
was.
he
Well,
did it
she was
again.
recording it.
She
I mean,
was
obviously to
getting
like
his
give
ass.
to like law enforcement, but you know,
Yeah.
like she's just like,
Kill
like-
myself. I'm gonna kill you.
Mel, you really shouldn't say things like this, you know, to people in general. It's just like pretty nasty. Fucking cunt!
And
I'm
yeah,
gonna strangle you with my own hair.
but if you're as talented as Mel Gibson, you can do that, and you'll still be appointed leader of the
Film industry.
anti-woke film industry coalition.
By the way, speaking of penises in a pretzel knot
Yeah,
and choking people, yeah, but you could. He was choking his wife with
With his foreskin.
penis. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really long and skinny.
That's how he got
Like
his
a
job
rope.
as Mad Max. They were like, look, it's a, you know, we do it a little unconventionally. In this casting room,
He should have made a little cameo.
it's the end of the
in that
world.
film, that's all I'm saying.
It's the end of the world,
and
right?
Furiosa. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
All of the social structures have fallen by the wayside. How do you survive? And he thought to himself for a second. He just leaned back,
I'm gonna kill you.
unzipped, unrolled, peeled it back.
his long, skinny penis.
Yeah, the sheath.
Yeah,
Tell us.
And he just started eating smegma. Just scooping it out.
He was
Just,
like, vitamin C. Plenty
No
of vitamin
scurvy.
C.
and
I've only been eating plain spaghetti. I better have some of this smegma.
yeah, he's just eating his smegma, and you know, they're like, "Wow, Mel, that is a hell of a way to survive. This is probably the best audition we've ever seen." He looks up, he goes, "Sorry, what audition?"
This was auditioning for Mad Max.
Yeah, that's how he got the job,
Oh, yeah. He really proved that he could survive out there.
on smegma alone.
Frozen smegma.
Do you think
Just consider it. I'm just saying. If I had to eat it,
Just
I would
think
freeze
about
it.
it.
like a restaurant that served like a dick cheese remoulade?
I'd try it.
It's spaghetti night.
It's spaghetti night. Yeah, you spray you like a cheese.
Nut butter gelato.
But like that's the thing is that yeah, it's like you know,
have a lip pillow?
these advocates for
cans? Have you ever seen any movies? You never seen any movies. You never seen any movies. Jump on the cans.
there.
Here.
We're talking about movies today.
We've just been talking about Mel Gibson for about an hour.
Speaking of, you know who's finally getting canceled? Jared Leto.
Why?
I feel like people keep saying that that's going to happen and it doesn't happen.
Yeah, it hasn't happened for
did
years,
he
but
do?
there's finally he's just allegedly been a straight up pedophile for like his entire career.
Isn't
feel
that
like-
why he got into this business?
Yeah,
And I feel like that's
But
like
it was a
been
different
known.
time.
Like people have known that for a while.
Is it though? I'm still waiting for those lists.
oh, those lists are never coming.
Pam
He was-
Bondi.
They
He was like
deleted-
a whole cult leader.
He still is a cult leader.
He still is a
I mean,
cult
the Jared
leader.
Leto thing.
And he's definitely diddling people there, I would imagine.
But so this Instagram user just started was like, finally I'm gonna like just come out about my relationship with Jared Leto, and like immediately after she posted, she got like 100 messages
He
that were
disconnected
like-
you. Oh, there we go.
that were like, look, like when I was like 12, 13, 14, he like got my number and just started like, making it apparent that he was interested in me. And then they would go to these parties with one of the guys from like Laguna Beach or the Hills, where it was just like Jared Leto and Jared Leto's brother and this guy
a
from the
bunch of high
Hills
schoolers?
and like a bunch of high schoolers.
yeah.
Which sounds like a terrible party.
No, those kids were not very cool.
No, he took what's her face out.
Millie Bobby Brown.
Palace.
Who?
Ever seen Broke Down Palace?
Claire Danes.
Claire Danes.
Claire Danes.
When she was 14. He was
Ugly crier.
Oh wow.
Making out with her in the club.
Her crying
Jared
face
Leto?
ruined Homeland for me. She's a very ugly crier.
yeah.
Well, she was really
Let me turn
emotional
up the
for a lot of
fourth
that. It was
mic.
stressful.
Yeah, it is a stressful one.
It was
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
He was very good in Blade Runner.
Jared Leto.
I do not
wait,
recall.
who was he again?
Who's
I
in
do not
Blade
recall.
Runner?
He was like the scientist guy making the replicates.
Are you talking about
Oh.
2049?
Yeah, the
2049.
Ryan
That's not
Gosling
Blade Runner.
Blade Runner 2049.
That's
I do not
nuts.
recall.
If you call that 2049, maybe.
Blade Runner 2049. Yeah,
he
starring
was
Jared
good.
Leto
And you're not going to get the
Anna de
performance
Armas.
without a little bit of rampant pedophilia, I think.
He's good at playing creepy, kind of creepy guy,
But sexy.
but sexy. He's always sexy, even if he's creepy.
See,
Don't deny
I
Don't deny he has a girl boy face, like soft.
Yeah,
Like if you were-
he's beautiful like a
If
woman.
you were a hetero man and you had to have sex with a man, you might pick
it would be Jared Leto,
Jared Leto.
but he wouldn't have sex with you.
He absolutely
see.
would.
We were talking.
He's
about
like, they're all
this.
holes, brother. Come on in. And he's wearing his white cloak.
Nah.
Maybe
Just
if he
dim the
shaved.
lights.
If he got rid of the beard.
We were talking about this on the last episode. It's like Jared Leto to me is like gayer than gay. Like when you've moved like past,
Oh, he's
he's
expansive.
heterosexuality
Gay
into
ascendance.
like this realm of like.
Well, yeah. He's
Like, you ever
kind of-
see
he's-
Berserk?
He's kind of like an
You know,
alien.
Griffith from Berserk, where it's like, oh, that's a woman. Nope. That's the gayest straight man.
I imagine that having sex with him is like one of those anime octopus sex creatures that's just like in
With the
all of your
tentacles?
holes, like, and you're like, oh my god.
Yeah, he probably has some kind of tentacle situation going on.
He's like, just let it happen. Just let it happen.
He's got
There's
a
a-
really cool band too.
There's a tentacorn that
into
goes
your
in one
eyes.
ear and comes out the other, and then down your throat. Which one was that?
Which one what?
Which
Which
one
anime
was
was that?
It's an
Which
octopus.
channel?
No, which movie was that? It's like it's a famous one.
Where
It's the one where she like
somebody's-
the tongue goes in the mouth and then like opens up the like tooth, and then there's like
Eon Flux.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But it's Jared Leto.
But it's Jared Leto.
And instead of opening up your tooth, it's your pineal gland.
No, he's just in your mouth. His tongue is just like playing the drums on all your fucking teeth. Like, what is hell?
They fucked up that movie so bad. Eon Flux. Charlize
Yeah.
Theron. That was terrible.
There's a bad wave of movie. There's that, like, and that's as bad as the Ghost in the Shell.
Ghost in the Shell was
Oh,
an
so
absolute
bad. And
abortion.
One of the worst
With
movies.
Scarlett Johansson.
Alina?
Yeah.
The beautiful Asian woman, Scarlett Johansson.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and that's what they dragged the movie over. The movie was atrocious, and they were just like,
The whole thing was
she's
about-
not Asian.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, sorry.
Says who?
Let's just focus on the fact that the movie fucking sucked.
Yeah. Sorry, Aquafina was booked.
She was busy doing the Little Mermaid lobster voice.
Aquafina's busy.
Yeah, starting the next. That's the funny thing is that, like, everybody's talking about, like, the next big race war, and, like, what is it going to be over? Like, some, I don't know, some stabbing, some fucking fight that starts on a dock somewhere. No. It's going to come with a bad casting choice.
We almost
That'll
had
be
it.
the inciting incident.
Disney
But
did
this
us all a
is-
service by ending these live action remakes. I think they're completely dead at this point.
So
They said,
there
yeah.
was an Asian person slated, an Asian woman slated for that film, and Lucy Liu came in and she's like, no, that's racist.
For Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah. Just like Peter Dinklage, he nixed all those dwarves in
In
Snow White. He's like,
Snow White.
nah,
Like you actually, so
can't
you
do
actually
that.
can't do it.
Yeah,
So then
because she wanted to be the top billing Asian.
That
She's
was
like,
fucking
nah.
smart, though.
I
He's
see,
like
I
the
see.
only little person getting work these days. He had to just take out
Oh, the
like,
ultimate
competition.
ladder
Dude,
pull.
it's filthy
Yeah.
The, like,
business.
biggest
He's
ladder
like, "There's
pull.
who are these 7 idiots? Can't do this. Fire them. Fire them."
I've done
And
Shakespeare.
you're like, yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Do you have any affiliation with this film? No. Fire them.
I've never seen it.
Imagine like approaching another project and being like, "What are you doing here? What is this?" Fire them. They're like, yes. That's power.
Please leave the room.
Yeah,
That's power.
No, they made the right decision too. I think. End
What,
of the day.
CGI?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, it definitely
It
worked
looks
out for
pretty
them.
good.
It worked out.
Yeah. They-
Before the next pod, we all have homework. We need to watch Snow White.
I already seen it, so I did my homework.
You've seen the new one?
Okay.
Yeah, the new one with Gal Gadot.
I don't think I could watch.
No, you have
I don't
to.
think I can make
Brother,
it.
you
Through.
have
gotta
to.
watch it. You gotta watch it in
It's homework.
theaters. You gotta go see
Is
it.
it
in
still
theaters.
even in theaters?
I certainly hope so.
For
I
like-
think so.
Oh, yeah.
No, I think they pulled it. I think it's over.
They totally
done?
pulled it.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, it'll be on.
You
Streaming.
might be able to find it in New York. You could probably find a theater that's still just like running it.
You think
But
Delta
I think
has
they
it yet?
did- I think they pulled
You
it
could
pretty fast.
you could book a flight and watch it on
I'm going
the
to call
flight.
Delta and ask
Oh
them.
yeah, because that's right. Like movies used to be, it used to be like 180 days or whatever from it being in theaters to you being able to watch it anywhere else, and now it's just like fuck it, dump
It's
it on
Same
the
there
day.
for, like,
put it on a
Fucking
plane,
same day.
Yeah.
ship it across the
crazy.
Atlantic. Speaking of amazing cinema, last night Rick and I saw the new David Cronenberg.
The Shrouds.
How is it?
Well,
4 out of 4 stars.
God, I thought you were going to say 4 hours. It's like, stop. These
it
guys
felt
need to
like it
stop.
was 4 hours.
It was interminable. It was no, it was pretty bad.
it was really fucking bad.
So, what was the like sex surgery one?
Crimes of the Future.
Crimes of the Future. Is this him or is it the
Yeah,
father?
That's
This is him.
This is okay. Same one. And then before that, it was what was the like traumatizer or something?
Oh, Possessor?
Possessor.
Sorry, no, we're talking about the father.
the fa-
Possessor
the
is
father
the
who
son.
also
Okay,
did
okay,
Crimes
okay.
of the Future. Possessor is
Yeah.
Brandon, the son.
Okay, yeah. You're right.
Yeah, the Shrouds is old David, and
He
so
wrote it
gets-
after his wife died tragically, and so it's about he writes himself basically. Vincent Cassell plays David Cronenberg.
Love Cassell.
And he has a business where it's you bury your wife and then in like a little real time on your tablet you can like watch their body decomposing. You can just watch videos in real time of your loved one's body decomposing.
So you can still jerk off.
So you can still jerk
It's the story
off.
of Mel Gibson.
Yeah. But then some complications happen.
A little Black
you can
Mirror
imagine.
episode.
It's kind of like a
Oh, she starts moving.
It's like a Black Mirror episode with like less of a concept.
Yeah.
It's like so we were talking about this, and it's like, auteur cinema. It's like the filmmaker is the author of this film as if it were a book. They're like responsible for like everything, and everybody else is just virtually a non-existent day laborer on your vision. And the end result of all these auteur movies is like you turn like 70 and then you're like, I want to find an actor who looks just like me, and I'm gonna make this movie about what if I did a thing. And that's what this movie is. It's like, what if I, David Cronenberg, invented a bathrobe that lets you watch your wife's pussy decay.
yeah.
And
big
you know,
money.
Is
it's-
that actually this movie?
yeah,
Yeah,
And-
and then his wife, who's decaying underground, she has a twin sister who then he starts banging her.
Crimes of the Future sucked. And I love David Cronenberg. And The Thing is probably my favorite movie of all time. But I thought
The
it was.
Fly.
Huh?
You mean John Carpenter?
John Carpenter. I'm not good at this podcast at all.
John Carpenter.
No, neither are we.
It's not really. It's not
we don't
about
really
Cronenberg was
trivia
the
knowledge.
Fly.
You know?
Yeah.
That's
Cronenberg was a
fine.
fly. The Brood.
The Brood was good.
The Brood is great. The Brood, I
Crash.
think, is his best movie. Crash is cool.
Cronenberg loves
Very hard
he's
to
all
find
about
Crash.
weird holes and
Yeah.
and fucking and sex.
That was
Yeah.
James
Weird
Spader in
holes.
Crash, right?
Yeah.
He would love
And it's
Jared
impossible
Leto.
to find. I had to buy like a European
really
DVD to
insecure.
We
get
should
it.
introduce him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think they may now.
They're all
have some
holes, brother.
remasters.
Dim the lights.
Is it on any of the streamers?
That's
It's not on streamer, but I can find
Very
a copy.
controversial film.
It
Which
was
one?
at the time. Crash.
Yeah.
And the novel is no lighter. The novel
But no, the
behind
book is
Crash
cool,
is
yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
And they buried it, right? Because then there was the like race
The racism
relation
movie.
one. Yeah, the racism movie that
Yeah.
everybody cried at and was forced
what's
to watch
that?
in middle school. Crash.
Crash.
Yeah.
The
They
one that
buried it?
Academy
Matt Dillon.
Award.
Well, I think that they came out because the original Crash with James Spader was kind of controversial. It was about like
Oh, I didn't know it was a remake.
no, it's not a remake.
not a
I think
remake.
that they just named it the same
It's a
thing because they wanted to
spiritual
they wanted to
sequel.
memory hole the original.
What's
I don't
the
know
original?
that they wanted to memory hole it so much as they were just like, Crash, there's already a movie called Crash. Yeah, but have you seen that movie? No, exactly.
I don't know. It was pretty popular.
What's the
it's
original?
Really, it's
It's about people
like
who fuck cars,
Yeah,
fuck car accidents.
yeah.
You can
can
watch
only
your
car
car
accidents
pussy
and they-
decompose.
they
They
get
can,
all
only
horny.
come, they can only come
And then
when
they go to
get
the
into
car
an
accident. Yeah, and then they fuck in the car accident, kind of a thing.
You can't blame these street people for putting their dicks into tailpipes and fucking cars.
Have you seen
see a
tailpipes
open hole
these
there.
days?
It's a hole.
Yeah.
A hole
You
is
put
a
some
hole.
peanut
Getting
butter
this
in
guy.
that some bitch.
I don't
Yeah.
mean to victim blame, but these tailpipes are asking for it.
They're fucking asking for it. I can't
It's
walk down the
just-
street
it's-
anymore.
They're just an exposed hole, just walking
Why don't
around.
make
They should
an
cover those
electric
things
cars?
up. We need
Should
a
have
very
some modesty.
conservative president who's going to come in and cover up those holes
Well, that's-
because it's just
that's-
ridiculous.
That's Mr. Trump.
They
That's-
were doing
That's
it.
JD.
Mr.
Trump's gonna let
Put
the
a fucking
yeah.
skirt over it or something.
Trump's gonna
It's
let the
insane.
tailpipes get as risque as they want, but JD's gonna come in and really like lock it down.
We were on the
Some
right
of them
track
smell
with
nice, too.
the
They got
electric car
perfume.
credits because I don't think those have tailpipes at all. But apparently, you guys are too good for Kamala. Too good to vote for. I'm looking at 3 guys right now, 3 white guys.
yeah.
Rick's not
None
white.
of them were willing to vote for Kamala.
There wasn't a fucking chance in the world that I would vote for that absolute train wreck.
I'm
And
not.
that's what I think is the problem in the world.
I'm not saying nothing.
It's me.
Who
Did you?
who won voted for is private. It's
I-
rude to
I
talk
voted
about.
5
who
I
times.
voted
actually,
for.
if you are soft admitting to having voted for Kamala, that's the coolest thing that you've ever. That's actually the coolest thing that
it's
we've
very
said
punk
on
rock.
the pod.
I'm not-
It's very punk
so
rock.
I'm
far.
not saying that. I'm just saying I'm not saying nothing.
What he's
Take
saying
that
is
as
that
you
he was out all night and too busy and hungover to vote.
I was out drinking piss all night and I was high as fuck. And I forgot to go to the voting booth. And now Trump is the president.
That's like Daryl Strawberry who got too fucked up and he missed the parade.
yeah.
He was in a bar watching it on TV.
yeah.
He was like, "Oh
Daryl
shit,
Strawberry.
I'm supposed to be there. All right, give me another whiskey and coke."
So I was thinking
That's
about
the dream.
we were thinking about body horror free movie ideas, and one that was very Cronenberg inspired is like Crash, but instead of getting turned on from getting in a car accident, it's a guy, a food critic, who has a really bad reaction to a spoiled meal. Gets in with a group of fellow fetishists who get turned on by getting food poisoning.
That's great. It writes
Couldn't you see
itself.
it, right?
Yes. Oh my god, I can see all the funky like meals that they have. The mold, the fucking moldy spaghetti.
Right?
That's a potential name for it. Moldy spaghetti.
Moldy spaghetti.
It just,
Smegma.
it just ends in Bangalore.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like we're going on a trip to do street food.
yeah, I absolutely like. So this,
They're all just turned on watching this guy. Like, oh my god.
I have to say to the listeners on the pod, we have a 4th man. I don't even know your name.
Jeffrey.
Don't tell me.
Don't you dare.
Don't tell me.
Jeffrey.
But we now
Jeffrey.
have a 4th writer producer in the room, and what we do on this cast is we take a free movie idea and we develop it into a pitch for a feature-length film. And so that's just one option that I put on the table is this Crash, but for food fetishists.
So he makes
it
people
on the
sick
table.
and it makes him horny to see people barfing and shitting.
He gets sick,
Oh,
and
he
there's
gets
something
sick.
about being so like near death, like a Phantom Thread style.
And he discovers the
hovering in world.
underground dinner club, supper club that like
Also,
they
they
do
feed 'em-
this.
they
feed 'em
this. They go to
poison.
these dinners that are like hideous.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dishes come out.
It's gotta
9
be-
courses of
and
moldy
people,
shit.
people kind of want to one up each other. You want to be the one who has the most disgusting dish.
But it's
Yeah.
fine
That
dining
takes you
though.
right to the-
It's
right
fine
to the
dining,
edge.
and
it's
it's
not
very
just
expensive.
the dish itself. It's you eat the dish and then you get really, really, really sick. And
Yeah.
while in the process of your food poisoning fugue, you fucking suck.
And there's like a dessert course that's just a piece of shit with a candle on it.
It's got to be Louis C.K.
Ooh, by the way,
This is his comeback
lead.
role.
by the
finally.
way, I heard he's still up to his old tricks.
Louis C.K. is still doing the Louis C.K.
I heard he's still doing it.
Well, he kind of had a
How
whole
could you
like.
stop? Really?
That's what I was thinking. Is it actually it's more of a compulsion,
It's a
like a
neurological
wrinkle in his
disorder.
brain that's just like, well, there's a girl at my house, so it's the moment that she turns her back. And it's my Louis C.K. boy. Well, the moment that she turns her back, I'm gonna jerk my little cock.
When you think about fetishes, I mean, he does come to mind. So he could be perfect.
I think he could be
I thought
perfect.
I
he
see
totally-
him
he seems
throwing
like a
up in the
food
toilet.
critic.
He's throwing up in the toilet.
Yeah, he could
He's
play
struggling,
that.
and then his hand, he starts touching himself a little bit. And he's
Yeah.
like, why am I doing this? But he makes the link between the sickness and the sexual urge.
Well, you ever be so hungover that the only way to like get your dopamine
5 times.
firing again? Yeah,
times.
exactly.
Have
I
you
don't
guys
even need
ever
to finish my
seen?
sentence?
Have you
Chafing.
guys ever seen
Chafing.
Two Girls
Just
One
gets
Cup?
the slow drip. Yeah,
Do you saw
of course.
Two Girls One Cup?
Yeah.
That's kind of.
Oh yeah, no. There's a
That's kinda
crossover into the
what's-
You're
scat.
looking at
There's a crossover into
4
the scat boy
non-Kamala
stuff.
voters. Of course, we've seen 2 girls, 1 cup.
Hey! 3 non-Kamala voters. One
One undecided,
it's
undeclared.
unknown, undeclared.
You voted for Mickey
I haven't
Mouse.
thought about her in months. Like, you ruined a really pleasant streak that I had.
She might like this movie. Maybe.
I think that we should have, yeah. Well, so that's in the Crash universe, right? These are people from all different levels of society. There's like the mechanic guy, there's like the finance minister, all different people who are into this exhaust hole fucking.
Yeah.
And
It's
I
an
think
Eyes Wide
for
Shut scenario. I mean,
Our
the
movie,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm getting Eyes Wide Shut.
Maybe-
the underground community
Stanley
is like
Kubrick would be a good director for this,
absolutely.
or David Cronenberg.
or David Cronenberg. Yeah.
Because what we figured out is that he just needs to not be the one writing his
Does
scripts.
Kubrick have kids?
He does.
He
Yes.
does.
Are they doing it?
No.
I don't think so.
I think he has a daughter.
How could you not? If that was your dad. How could you
We got to
not?
get her
She
on
not?
board.
The whole moon landing thing really, I think, screwed up the family.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, think about it's like
sucks.
learning that Santa wasn't real, but like way worse. Santa at least is like unbelievable, but the moon landing that'll fuck you up.
Yeah.
I do believe that was fake.
well, Stanley Kubrick. Yeah, not only is Santa not real, but my dad is the one who
My dad faked the
he
moon landing.
lied to everyone.
Yeah.
That would. Yeah.
Tooth Fairy is a bad
How do
one,
you forgive
too.
your father after that?
So it's a bit of the menu.
It's kind of like the menu. I thought of the menu too.
It's
It's
the
like
menu.
a secret
be
food
so-
Yeah,
society.
it's Fight Club. It's the menu.
It should be
is
Sofia
Eyes Wide
Coppola.
Shut.
It's 2 Girls, 1 Cup.
I like that.
Sophia Coppola, maybe a little Zendaya.
I mean, he goes down this
Get
rabbit hole.
Zendaya in there.
Louis C.K. goes down
Zendaya
this
is the
rabbit
love
hole
interest
so
to Louis
far
C.K. in
that
this
he
movie.
ends up in the scat
He
community
falls in love with her at one of these events.
because it leads to scat.
Well, yeah.
I think
I think early
she'd
on,
be on board with this.
early on, right? This critic gets so sick, and we got to think of like what he gets so sick off of eating. Maybe it's just like something harmless.
Clams.
You know what I mean? Yeah, oysters, common foodborne illness carrier.
Spaghetti and clams.
Yeah, he's a
Spaghetti and clam
foodie. He's
sauce.
a foodie.
Yeah. He's
a critic.
He signs up. He's
My
a critic.
favorite.
Yeah.
So Frank Bruni was the food editor for the New York Times for a while. He moved on to a different department, but he was hysterical. Like, he would just eviscerate things. One of the best reviews he ever wrote was the Roberts Steakhouse in the Penthouse Strip Club in Midtown.
Roberts.
Yeah. Could be a good setting.
Do you think that
just
place
get,
is still there?
You get like a gay food critic in the strip club steakhouse situation. And he gets horribly, violently ill.
Horribly ill. So, like, yeah, his experience of eating is already somewhat combined with the images of sex. So we're like foreshadowing
Yeah.
that, you know, later on when he's getting violently ill, you know, over the toilet or whatever in his walk-up apartment, it's not weird that he still has like a half chub.
Well, he associates the two because all fetishes come from trauma,
Right.
of course. So he associates this trauma subconsciously, you know, with sex.
So then,
Shitting and barfing it makes him think of.
so then what happens? So then
Actually,
things.
instead of all roads leading to the scat community, he gets into the what's it called when you eat people?
cannibalism.
Yeah, he finds the
Cannibalism.
cannibalist community.
So follow me here, right? He
Army Hammer.
he gets really sick this first time around.
He used to live around here.
We're
Really?
Team Army Hammer, by the way.
Of course.
Do you know those
Come on
two?
the pod. If
do you
you're
know
listening to this,
on West 4th, across where like Slaughtered Lamb used to be, there's the two old like colonial houses.
Yeah.
Those are adjoined, and Army Hammer used to own those.
Oh,
It just sold recently.
wow.
not anymore. He's broke now.
Nah, he's doing all right. He comes from huge tracts of land.
He's deaded to them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He has a
he-
podcast in his shitty apartment.
It was we listened to his podcast. It's called Hammer Time, and
he had Tom Arnold on
he
it.
he lost everything.
Really?
He has a
Yeah.
shitty like
What?
divorced
I think
dad
it was
apartment.
his mom's his mom's husband or maybe his dad's relationship to the grandfather who was the Hammer of like the Hammer Museum, Hammer
The
Fortune.
Mr.
the one with
Hammer.
the sex chair?
Completely killed
What?
completely like he was just deaded from the family, like they chopped that limb off that tree. And
Why?
so when things got bad for Army, he was sort of doubly screwed because one, you know, the rival agency was out to get him because somebody had canceled somebody else at his agency, and or somebody at his agency had canceled someone else at theirs, like the tit for tat war of talent cancellations. And two, everybody wanted to see him lose because look at that a guy
handsome.
like that with
Very
that last name.
Yeah.
Such a
They
handsome
love to
man.
take down a handsome, rich, successful man.
They hate to see a beautiful man.
He'll be fine.
one of those royal families. It could have just been like settlement.
Social network royalties. He'll be fine.
It could have been settlement defense. Oh yeah, he played the Winklevoss twins.
Yeah.
It could have been settlement defense, like what the Hulk Hogan and his wife did. I think the son got into a really ugly DUI wreck situation. They divorced like immediately to like protect the funds.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah, just to like cut that off before it like bleeds out the family policies or whatever.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah. It is.
Wow.
it is-
Imagine getting cut off when you're like 48.
What am I going to do?
You can't cut me off. I'm an adult.
Yeah, there's like a point at which it's like
Yeah.
it's just you don't.
That's the entire plot of Succession.
Yeah, totally.
But so this food critic gets real sick, and then you know he has a sort of a transcendent experience.
He makes the connection.
Puking and shitting. By the way, this movie, you know, Crash. This one's called Splash
Yeah, because
And,
of all the
um,
sick.
because of all the sick. Yeah.
I like moldy spaghetti, but yeah.
We'll put that on the poster.
Yeah.
But so basically, you know, he starts going back to his job as a food critic, and he starts feeling listless. You know, like this food just isn't hitting in the same way.
It's not exciting.
And neither is going back to the strip club. Neither is really anything. So one day, you know, he gets a dish, and he is so unsatisfied with it that he sends it back. And then, you know, they bring it out again, and he sends it back again. He's like, I need you to cook this less. You know,
Medium rare chicken parm.
yeah, so it's like chicken,
chicken.
something
Chicken
that like,
tartare.
you really need to cook all the way through.
Yeah,
and he's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
send it back to the chef.
It's like in Game of Thrones when the guy's at the brothel and he's like, too old. And they bring in a younger chick. He's like, too old. Do you have what I want or not?
So he's like, too cooked.
Yeah.
cooked,
It's like,
yeah.
sir, it's
And eventually, you know, this pissed off chef, like the story of how
this is how he
potato
gets this
chips
is
were
his
made.
this is his intro into the underground scene because that chef who's making the chicken, he keeps sending it back, and then like the chef after he sends it back 3 times, the chef says he has what you want, but you have to wait until everybody leaves, and they just bring him they bring him the raw chicken.
So the chef actually maybe is connected to the world.
He's connected to the world. That's his
understands
in.
what the guy's getting at.
I
He's
like it.
Ooh, you're,
I like
you're one
it.
of these guys.
But let me suggest one like little notch turning here is that it isn't the chef, although the chef knows about it. There's another patron at this restaurant who's watching
He's
this
locked
go
in.
down,
Mhm. He's like, I know what you're after.
who sees this guy then house disgustedly this just like it's what's a cream sauce chicken dish like a
Chicken
Cordon
Vesuvio.
bleu.
chicken cordon bleu.
Ugh.
It's just raw.
Oh God.
So
Yeah.
It's covered in a white sauce.
Do you have what I want or
Ex-
not?
Extra moldy blue cheese.
Yeah,
I'm
true.
assuming
Yeah.
that's a part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he just he sees him and he just like he eats the whole thing and he's got his belly is swollen out. Mm-hmm. He rushes to the bathroom and he has this like violent reaction to it and suddenly that like twinkle, that sparkle happens again.
He's laid out on the floor in the bathroom, and there's a little pile of piss there by the toilet, and he starts licking that as he's jerking off because it's just
Well,
like filth.
Oh, okay, yes, but here we go. Is that while
So he
he's in the
also
bathroom,
loves
like,
piss
like
as well.
hovering between life and death, piss started dribbling out. The patron who was watching him comes into the bathroom,
He's like, there's a better way.
and she's like,
Oh,
She starts gooning.
maybe so she's with him in the bathroom. And he's like, "Oh no, stop! I'm sorry, it's so disgusting.
Don't
I'm
look at
sorry,
me."
don't come in here."
This is the men's room.
And she crouches down next.
You're in the wrong room.
She crouches down next to him, and she, dips her manicured fingers in his like puddle of pee, and then
she
Yeah.
eats it.
she tastes it, and then of course
And this is Zendaya.
it smells so bad.
Yeah.
This is Zendaya.
Zendaya playing. You find out she's an aide to Kamala.
Yeah. She's Kamala's
Can we
assistant.
please?
And she just starts, she starts drinking, and then of course it smells so bad that she becomes violently ill. And then you have this first moment where, he's sick and she's sick, but they're sharing a toilet, so their faces are close together.
Yeah.
So they start kissing
Yeah.
in their sick
Yeah,
over
yeah,
their
yeah.
bowl of sick,
And they make love.
and they make love
Mm-hmm.
right there. And then the chef walks in, and he's like, "Oh, come on." What are you doing?
Oh my gosh.
What
the heck
They
are
throw
you doing?
him out of the restaurant, of course. But
Yeah.
these guys have like the thrill of their lives, and
Yeah.
that's
now he's in.
Now
they're-
he's in.
Yeah, and they're like, they're so high off the thrill of their disgusting lovemaking.
Yeah.
She brings him back to her apartment,
Yeah.
and they do like the 9.5 week scene of like feeding each other and having sex, but
a
it's
beautiful
all
scene.
like nasty, rotten foods that she's been rotting in her.
Oh, she opens up the fridge and she
Unplugged
just takes
refrigerator.
like some leftovers and just turns it onto the floor, and they just eat it off the floor.
You guys remember that part in Minority Report when he gets his eye surgery and then he's like feeling around for the fridge and there's
Yeah.
like one good sandwich
Yeah.
and then one moldy sandwich. I don't know why this person would
The
do
strings.
this, but he like takes the moldy sandwich
and the rotten milk.
and the rotten
And the
milk.
rotten
yeah,
milk.
Yeah.
Yeah, the gross
pretty
eggs,
sick.
and that's a really
Kind of like that. She has, but her whole fridge looks like
Yeah,
that.
it's a powerful
Yeah, but
sequence.
the apartment is spotless and luxe.
Beautiful.
It's luxe.
She's
Did you
rich.
live like this?
The apartment, but and the bathroom has been set up specifically for this. There's like one of those the toilet that's like a basin just on the floor, so you can like lay
Just kind of like a whole, she
and
has just like a
puke,
drain. You
Yeah,
can
just like
kind of lay
right
down.
into it. She got a special pipe system where like it doesn't get caught up with chunks.
She should have like frozen cats and stuff in her freezer as well. For
She's the only person in
frozen
New York City
dogs.
with a garbage
Oh
disposal.
yeah,
they're getting into kind of it gets more severe and more severe. With
Definitely.
what kind of nasty stuff? Like
So
it
we
gets
fast
criminal.
forward a
It
bit,
gets criminal.
right?
So wait,
He's in the
just
scene.
after this, let me go back to like after this day, this first like date. They have this sequence, and then they get violently ill, and they make love. Blah, blah. The next day, they go to a diner, and they just eat like the blandest food, and it's just silently them just smiling at each other, eating like grilled cheeses. Just no one else in this diner knows what the fuck they just did, what they went through. Mm-hmm. Fast forward.
Fast forward. right? He finds this. He discovers this very high end, high touch, celebrity secret society, right? And he's in now. It's Eyes Wide Shut.
Oh.
It eventually reaches cannibalism,
Yeah.
and then what problem does he solve?
Well, so the cannibalism thing I think should come with like when one person in their group gets so sick that they die, and they can't. So maybe it's like an older person, some type of like a frailer person who's part of their crew.
Yeah.
Dies on them.
Yeah.
And they don't really deal with the body because in the moment there's a lot going on.
They're busy.
But
Yeah.
eventually
Yeah.
they kind of come back together, and their ultimate
Does he dies at the event,
yeah
at the table,
their way
and
of,
before they call the police, they're like, hold on. Someone's like, call 911. They're like, hold on, Janet, hold on.
Yeah.
Stop.
Janet.
Let's embrace this moment. He would want this.
he would want this. So then they get into the orgy and they leave the body there. Days later, they come back
Body's still there.
and they eat him.
Yeah.
And that's probably like
That's
know,
as far as they've gone.
as
yeah.
above, so below. Like their rock bottom is really their top tier Mount Olympus of food fetishism. Then we got to think about how we bring this one home.
You know, the screenwriter for American Psycho demanded that she be wrote into the script as one of the women that Patrick Bateman just like rapes and murders, and like
That's
Was it
cool.
The director.
it was either director or the screenwriter, but it's the redhead.
Yeah, Mary
the
Harron.
end. Yeah. But
That's
it was
cool.
it was like a demand that
She just
plays
wanted to
that
be a
role.
part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to do that. That's my
Yeah. So who are you in this movie? You're like Zendaya's brother.
it's like in terms of like food. Oh man, I'm a puker. So like I definitely like.
You could just be.
I understand.
You could be one of the society.
feelings of
One of the
this.
society members.
I would say you could be the chef, but you're more of a dishwasher.
Yeah, I'm definitely like I'm not a big character at all, but
Be a
maybe
bit role.
Maybe at a certain point
You're
I
an
provide
Italian
them some
dishwasher.
like rotten bechamel sauce.
Yeah.
Which according to Anthony Bourdain, that's one of the things that is the most bacteria filled in a restaurant kitchen.
What?
Is what?
Is a bechamel sauce.
What's bechamel sauce?
It's a white like roux type of thing that goes on deviled eggs.
No, it's not the bechamel.
No, bechamel is the one that goes in Alfredo.
No, it's the sauce that you put over eggs Benedict.
Hollandaise.
Yeah,
Hollandaise.
Hollandaise. Yeah.
Hollandaise.
That does seem quite bacteria prone.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I mean,
it
it's
is.
yummy.
And it just like sits
it's
there
getting
because
me
it's like one of those
hard right
things
now.
where the you got to keep it in like a big
Container, tub.
big tub, and you want to keep that tub hot, but because of the thickness of it, it doesn't stay uniformly hot. So like the top layers of it is what just like
fester.
is festering with bacteria, and you're
the
supposed
scum
to
bucket.
scoop it off. But most who has the time,
Yeah.
Not
and so
me.
yeah,
No way.
my role in the film is I'm the guy who's been they're paying me like $1,000 to just like really hold on to like the Carbone Alfredo bucket.
Oh,
for
you're
them.
stealing from the restaurant.
Yeah, I'm providing them some rotten shit, premium rotten shit.
You work at a nice
Top-
restaurant,
top of
and
the
you're
line.
you're
Yeah.
bringing like shit that's meant to be thrown out
Yeah.
to this underground event.
Yeah, they pay me in cash.
You bring
I
rotten
want to.
vegetables.
I want to be someone who dies from food poisoning. This old guy dies, and then me too.
Botulism.
I also die.
Got a little botulism going on.
Yeah,
Maybe you're like supposed to be like the old guy's like
he's my lover.
caretaker or something like that.
Yeah.
Like his family is like paying you to keep him alive. So then when he dies on your watch, they
I
kill
kill
you.
myself, or
You kill yourself so that they don't kill you because
Right,
what they
right,
would do.
right.
Maybe
is
Rick is a
worse.
character that is the caretaker for the old man. He gets introduced and he breaks the whole thing wide open, and everybody go to jail.
breaking the story. Oh,
You guys are sick.
It's a journalist.
What
It's
the hell
another
are you
journalist.
guys
It's the
doing in
guy's
here?
rival journalist.
See, I
you
think
know,
the guy, the guy's
rival
rival
critic.
journalist
Ooh,
gets
I'm
into
on
it
the
too.
case.
He's
I
a
work at
rival
the
critic.
New York Post.
Starts
He's
to
like,
figure it
and
out.
he's been chronicling the dude's like literature, and he's like, this is like what he's writing has changed a lot. He's
Yeah.
like, what's going on with him?
I've been following. Yeah, the critic. Yeah, I've been following Louis C.K.
Maybe his gang fight clubs him though. Maybe his gang is like they find out that he's getting a little too close, so they put the fear in him.
He's actually a raccoon.
Because this is a very expensive, very exclusive club.
Yeah,
it
it's-
costs a
Oh
lot
no,
of money.
it's millionaires.
Yeah.
I like that they have the
Millionaires.
ability to like shut it down if anybody is going to find out about their crew.
It's
you know what I
Scientology.
mean?
You know, they go after you.
Yeah, they will
That's
if they
true.
have to. If anybody, because
There's
it's
too much money on the table.
There's so few of them, and it really is just such a decadent thing. I mean, if you think about it, right? Like the finest foods, letting them rot, eating them in order to have transcendent sexual experiences. This is like an aesthete's aesthete. This is like somebody who is truly a person of taste, and that's where. At the end of the day, I don't know that anybody blows the doors off this so much is that like the group gets so intense with the moment of like eating this person. Maybe they eat the brains, maybe they get prions disease or something, and it's just like too close for comfort. That like Crash in the end of the movie, he finds out that his wife is also in the gang of car fuckers now because she's like followed him in, and then like she's fucking somebody else and he's fucking somebody else, and then I think the end of the movie is that like really what they just wanted was to have a reason to connect with each other again, but there was all this machinery between them.
It could start with a separation, with a divorce or something, and he still loved her.
Yeah.
And then he discovers
Or-
her again at this thing. He's like, holy shit, she's
Well,
here.
hold on a second. What about morning sickness? What if she's pregnant?
Oh.
What if she's pregnant?
Because it could be pretty, yeah.
Because she has to stop having deli meats because she's pregnant.
Oh man! And so the end of the movie, the
No
baby
sushi.
could be born, and you see the two of them, husband and wife, now reunited, and they're looking down at the placenta, licking their
It's
lips
a home birth.
at the afterbirth. Just thinking,
Because she has to abstain from the rotten food.
Right.
Because of the baby. But she's in a state of euphoria because she has really bad morning sickness.
and once the baby's born,
That's kind of tricky. Yeah.
And then they get back on the horse.
I'm sure you would want to raise your kid to
This summer.
be into the same sick shit as you. Oh yeah,
Moldy
that
spaghetti.
sounds spooky.
oh, you think they eat the meconium?
The meconium. What the hell is that?
That's one of the rarest delicacies known to man.
You've never had meconium sushi?
No.
It looks a
That's a
little
type
like
of fish?
uni.
Sushi rice
Sushi rice.
Moldy
Meconium is
tuna.
Moldy tuna.
and meconium.
Everyone's barfing.
This summer.
I'm sorry. I love this movie. They fucking nailed it with this.
Meconium
what's
is the
this?
first
This is
shit that a
Eyes
baby
Wide
makes.
Shut? Yeah.
It's the first shit that a baby makes. That's it's not really shit. It's like
not
a
the real
different
movie, though. They
thing
fucked it
because
up.
they've been eating through like placentally.
It's
They've
the
been
first
eating-
shit that a baby makes.
Yeah, and it's a completely different color. It's not like because they haven't had food, they've been eating via the umbilical
I
cord.
have 3 kids and I've never heard that before.
Yeah, where did you where did you hear
You
this
guys are
information?
clearly not aesthetes.
Also,
What am I doing on this pod?
Also,
I never said I was an
Foul-
aesthete.
Philistine.
I
Foul
never said
breast
I was. Foul breast milk.
foul breast milk.
Rotten
Like
breast
there is a
milk.
pregnant woman in the kitchen that's just milking into a thing.
Breast
You
cheese.
And they
know,
leave it out in the hot
breast
sun.
cheese, Yeah.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
Breast cheddar curds.
Curd.
I don't know if America's ready for this film. We might have to release it in
gotta-
Germany.
Yeah, we got to film this European funding.
Yeah.
Germany would be into this, and so would
Yeah.
Japan.
France.
Or this is very French.
France
It's pretty
and Japan.
extreme.
Yeah.
Which I think those are the same people that funded Crash in the first place. So.
Indian test groups are like, I don't get it.
It's what's the big deal? It's
Yeah.
the
I
it's
don't
the
really
passing
understand
the
his
egg yolk.
motivation. I don't-
You know,
yeah.
have you seen the passing of the egg yolk?
It's
It's like a famous scene in a Japanese movie. Like two girls like take an egg yolk and they pass it
yeah,
back and
spit
forth.
it back and forth.
Yeah, and then there's like it's a TikTok thing where like a line of like 10 chicks will pass an egg yolk like all the way down, like one mouth into the next, into the next, into the
That's a
next.
TikTok
disgusting.
thing?
Yeah, and-
like influencer girls are doing the egg yolk
this is
challenge.
and this is why you pay the big bucks, because if you're at this dinner,
uh-huh.
that egg yolk goes through 10 people's mouths and then it goes into like a little shot glass and each person gets a shot. Each person gets a shot of the egg yolk.
Oh,
Foul.
It's a rotten egg yolk too.
Oh yeah.
It's like in Dr. Sleep when they're looking at like some of the last vials and they're all like starving. They're just looking at that little shot glass. I need it.
Oh yeah, the galaxy gas.
The galaxy glass.
The galaxy gas in Doctor Sleep.
The essence.
I do not recall.
It was good. I liked it.
The Hat Lady.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like the Hat Lady?
Yeah.
Me?
You don't like the Hat Lady?
No, I think that's one of the worst movies ever made.
Oh no, it was
I
fine.
never saw it.
What, Dr. Sleep?
Yeah, Doctor Sleep is. I have a list of the worst movies ever made.
What's
and,
at the top of the list?
Dr. Sleep
Doctor
cannot
Sleep
be on
is
that
absolutely
list.
on that list.
It's not
they're
that bad.
they're like Danny, like the whole time your problem, you're an alcoholic.
Probably.
And we got a bunch of Burning Man villains come after you.
the Hat Lady, yeah.
Yeah, literally, like she's wearing fucking Lululemons, traversing the astral plane. It's like offensive to the astral plane.
All right. You're winning me over.
This movie is insanely
I don't know.
bad.
It sounds pretty good to me.
That's good. It was entertaining.
Okay,
did
so how
watch
do you
it,
It's like 10
hammered.
hours long.
I did watch it like hammered on an airplane.
how do
That
you
sounds
wrap it
perfect.
up? How do you wrap this story up? Does he become the meal or is it the baby?
I thought it was the baby shit.
It's the meconium.
He
the
ultimately
meconium, yeah.
ultimately dies from the meconium from eating his baby's shit.
But he should become the meal himself, right?
And then Zendaya eats him, her love, and she feeds him to her baby.
Don't you think that's like we're hitting the same beat twice?
maybe that's the climax is that there is no dead old man, but Louis C.K. dies
He eats himself.
and he becomes the meal.
Ooh, that is like a
Yeah,
good
so we
alternate ending.
skipped the-
What if he eats himself?
Well, yeah, he gets
Like
gets
in
a
the
little,
end of the Nick.
Yeah,
Instead
Where he
of
does
doing
surgery on
surgery
himself?
on his own ass,
He eats himself.
He eats himself.
He eats his
just
own
a little
ass.
piece, just a little piece.
Yeah.
That is kind of funny though. If you just keep it going, it's like the baby should be the end of the movie, but then it's kind of like one of those bouncing rubber balls where there's like one more.
Yeah, we didn't. We couldn't end the movie because we liked our world and the characters too much, and our audience was paying us to keep going.
It kind of has like a Return of the King vibe. You keep thinking it's going to be over, and then it's not over.
Yeah, because
It
if
just
a
keeps
movie
going.
isn't 3 hours, is it even a movie?
Not really cinema.
It should be 3 hours, especially if it's French.
And then you just cut, and it's the director or the screenwriter that's just like, all right, so what happens after you run out of money? And it's just in a director's chair. So the story continues with she grows up and goes to college.
We don't even cut to sequel.
She gets into Colby.
And she's at Colby University, and she starts her own university club.
Right.
You just cut to
Yeah.
like some images with copy on the screen.
University dining hall food.
It's a mood board.
It's another 30 minutes of just like slideshow with copy.
It's because they're ultimately. Do you guys think that there's like a limit to gross?
No.
Look at Terrifier.
That's its
Does
own
he bring
kind
up
of-
Terrifier every podcast?
Yes.
No. There's a lot of different things
But
that
I
he
mean,
talks about.
what's gross is very personal
No.
too. Like I am super grossed out by kind of this kind of stuff.
Food.
I don't like
Food,
food is
vomit,
so
and
gross. I don't
like
bodily
eye stuff.
fluids, and that grosses me out.
I don't like
Yeah.
eye
Oh,
stuff.
it's so the
no,
visuals are
yeah.
so great. The moldy spaghetti.
Did you guys see the video of this guy who made? He's been making like a gross jar for like 7 years, sort of putting everything nasty that he finds into this one jar, and just
Yeah, like
it gets
meat
grosser and grosser.
shit.
I did that
Mason
in high
jar.
school. We did a couple of
Stink jar.
Did you guys see
we did
that?
a couple pranks in high school. One time we put lobsters in the like ceiling tiles. That was pretty crazy because they would go across rooms and stuff. And
And then fall into the room.
yeah, and then they would find the lobsters. And then the most disgusting smell is cabbage.
Living
and
lobsters.
Yes. And the most disgusting smell is it's better than the other end to that lobster's life. At least,
true.
At least
Well,
they
they
had
still had
Venturing
ends.
into the darkness.
at least they got to play a little Half-Life before they went.
Yeah, just crawl around.
Chewing on electrical
milk and
conduit.
cabbage. Milk and cabbage is like if you let that sit for a day or two, it is the most vile smelling thing.
Who would combine such a thing?
The Irish.
the Irish,
Oh,
the,
it like
the
cabbage soup?
travelers.
What is this? What am I looking at? Sorry.
Show me the gross jar.
the stink jar.
Maybe it's a traveling dinner group that goes international.
kind of
And you
like
see-
like a traveling
Was it
band.
there?
So
And
I
you
don't know how to
see-
use Instagram.
It's an international.
I got
This
you.
is an international community, and you do get to see the other regional cuisines. Of
Well, they
like
don't know
sick and
that, or he
twisted
doesn't know
foods.
that it's
Yeah, you
international
can scroll through this
initially,
guy.
but then he finds out it's
Yeah.
a whole network across
Yeah.
the world.
Yeah, they go to Ireland and they get like the haggis and the fucking
The like local delicacies.
Yeah.
See, I do actually think that there's got to be an upper
Menstruation
limit to
mixed
like,
with baby gravy and pea sediment.
Ew.
7
That's
years ago, I
just
started
nasty.
adding pieces of every nasty thing I could find into this jar, from roadkill to poop.
That's just nasty.
Pretty bad.
But the thing is that it seems
That is
like
the amuse
there's-
bouche, though. Just a smell, pass around the jar. And you
Yeah.
do the smell.
There's like an
Everyone's
end
"Oh,
to it, right? It all just like turns into this like gray goo.
Uh-huh.
And I think I only think that gross can go so far. So by the end of this movie, they kill
limitless.
themselves.
Because you reach the limit.
The
You've seen
end.
everything.
So they get anhedonia, and that's that. That's all, folks.
Andrew Zimmer.
Well, I don't know. That's all. We're done. Okay, bye.